Hi, I'm Mick Hayes. I'm Associate Vice President of Imaging and Document Solutions at IDC Europe. At IDC, we're seeing a growth in the mobile workforce in Europe driving the adoption of cloud solutions. And there's a couple of trends going on here. The first is the change in workforce. We're seeing more mobile workers. So by that we mean home workers, workers who work for more than one application, and also part-time workers. This trend's been developing for a while, and we see that continuing out beyond 2018. At the same time, there's another trend for bring your own device policies. When we talk to companies in Europe, over 80% of them are either evaluating, implementing, or have implemented a BYOD policy. And this is changing the nature of the IT infrastructure from a PC-centric model to one with much more devices such as phones, tablets, etc. And in turn, this is being reflected in the IT spend. So when we speak to companies, again, we find 25% of them now think cloud first. If they're replacing IT or investing in new IT, they want a cloud-only solution. If you expand that out to a hybrid solution, where it's an on-premise solution that has a cloud component, that adds another 66%. So that's over 90% of companies now are looking to buy some form of cloud solution, and this is being reflected in the IT spend. If you take cloud in all its forms, it currently accounts for about 65% of the IT budget. But companies think this is going to expand by another 5% in the next 2 years and then continue to expand beyond that. So what are they actually using the cloud for? In the top 6 categories, the number one actually is mobile print. Now we've moved away from a print-centric model, it's much harder to get a new user set up. They won't be necessarily based in one location. They don't have a PC to put the print driver on. There's more issues. And so a simple solution to get everybody printing easily from the range of devices they have is one of the top requirements. From an imaging point of view, the next one really is the ability to upload documents and archive them. There's no longer that central document archive of physical filing. That doesn't work when everybody's moving about so much. So there's a need to digitize everything, and we're seeing that happening through the device. And then the third component is once you've got the documents there, you've got to allow people to be able to work with them. And so there's a real need for collaboration tools in order to make that happen. It's not all plain sailing though. Security is a concern for about 52% of the companies, and the type of things they're concerned about is how secure is the data, where is the data stored, and also levels of encryption, passwords, etc., etc. So that's an important consideration. And we've seen imaging vendors take these things into account with the devices that they're producing. So we're seeing a lot more smart interface on devices. You're now interacting directly with the imaging device to get your documents into the cloud, into those workflows. And the user interface panel is becoming much more tablet-like, so users are more comfortable using it and can also more easily add possibly more complex data to get it directly in the workflow instead of scanning to themselves and then doing that from a PC. So in summary, really, these people are looking for 3 major things. They want a flexible price model. That's one of the main reasons why they go to a cloud solution. There's different pricing models. There's pay per use, there's pay monthly, there's free solutions. And also, you have to address that security concern. You need to be able to explain to users the levels of encryption, where the data is stored, where the passwords are stored, etc. And the final piece is you need to have that smart interface, and you need to have the applications that they look for at the device now in terms of the collaboration, archiving and workflows. And that could be a dedicated product, or it could be connectivity into the existing cloud solutions that they use.